Pharrell Santana, Heat Makers,
them niggas did ain't affect nobody,
man. Let's do it.
Oh, it's the brand new prince of the city, man. Thanks to Killer, my nigga, yes, he's with me, fam. Y'all know what we about to do. Roll out, we about to move, okay. I make music I consider a challenge. Like this here reminds me of Killer Gonzalez. And that reminds me of Harlem when my niggas is wildin'. Only borough that was built on the island. You fucks probably ain't know if they cut off the bridges, we be stuck forced to live on the island. But we gangsters, riders, 9/11 survivors. Niggas still want beef and holler. You think you bout to get your piece and holler. Squeeze the piece when I think there's problems. Do you follow? A young no plane lessons, cocaine lessons to supply the towers. Oh, before they crashed and divide the towers. I'm hurting, working hard to re-provide the towers. Like, bring them back up, lift them back up. Niggas back up, or lift us back up.
Right about now, we're about ready to blow up the spot. the bad guy. Aries clear. Edge. Nick Gaskins. Welcome to the 704 Charlotte Bound Show.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Happy Sunday morning. It's game day, man. Week 17 of the NFL. This is Twan Don in the house representing the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. This morning, the Carolina Panthers take on, or will they take on us? We will see what happens this morning. But the Carolina Panthers are taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this morning. And a lot of people are saying that we don't need certain players to play to win this game. I disagree. I'll see it another way. But we're going to get into it today, man. Look, today we're going to also talk about the players with the Carolina Panthers that are likely will not return next year. I also have a bit of some breaking news on one of those players, so that I will get into with that situation. Look, man, we're going to talk about how Canales' offense can potentially look today without Chuba Hubbard being in the lineup. I do not know if Xavier Legette is going to be playing today or any of the other people that are questionable to run it back today. But we're going to get into that and all of that. We're going to make our picks this morning, get into the game. There's a lot of good games going on today, man. I mean, the Carolina Panthers is not the only game in town this morning. There's a guy by the name of Red Swarm somewhere in Atlanta that's probably shitting bricks today. So he knows he has to win this game. And we'll be watching it with him. But look, man, I'm glad everyone's okay. I'm glad everyone's breathing this morning. Thank God for that. Thank the Lord for that right now, man. Let me go ahead and get into my crew and bring them up in here. Up first, man, he says he's coming with a show, man, on why you shouldn't pay Bryce Young on the show, a word edgewise. We got Edge in the building. What's going on with you?
Yo, what's going on? Hey, and that show is coming that show is coming this week. All right. This week. So be prepared for that.
For sure, for sure. First lady of the camp, man. Always ready to debate and get it on, you know what I'm saying? My right hand woman. It's AC in the building. What's going on?
What up, what up, what up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, sir. Hey, look, so we take on Tampa Bay today. We're going to get into a lot of news today, just different things that are coming up. The usual. I'll sit back, guys, we got about a hot hour and about 30 minutes until we make our picks. And then we'll ask you guys what games are you watching today. Back in NC. What's going on, man? From New York to NC. Can't say I'm happy about it, but what's going on? How was everybody's holidays, man? It's still going. Now we gotta get ready for New Year's, and it's gonna be a doozy next year. It's gonna be a doozy.
Next year is going to be.
It's gonna be very interesting to see what takes place.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
We ain't gonna get into that because we don't want to, dull our mood and nothing like that. Look,
Nah.
man. Shout out to Nick Tri-State in the building. He said, DJ Twan, we need a Hood Olympics remix on by LBL Freeway, Benny the Butcher, Jada. I feel you, bro. This is that's that Tri-State energy. Hashtag Tri-State. We got Nick Tri-State. He said, y'all hit that like button on the way in, share and subscribe. And he's already coming with the change early in the morning. And Nick always show love. He said, me and the fork versus the pot like a 2v1. Absolutely. Flame for Jesus in the building. He said, hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a blessed day. I hope he's having one as well. And then Nick Tri-State with another 199 super chat. Mays, Brady, Hecker, Jansen, and Mike Jack. Those are his.
That are not coming back?
Yeah.
Oh, dear God, I hope you're wrong, especially with that first two.
Well, we're going to be talking about, speculations and who everyone thinks is probably not coming back. And then, obviously, some people don't want to come back. I mean, I think we've heard the last of my guy, Ian Thomas. I think they may move off. I think his
Goddamn
pictures.
time.
I think somebody found his pictures and burned them up. Shout out to Jeremy McKinney, said Rising Family. Whoop, Jake Plummer elevated. Something is going on behind the scenes. He's just elevated. It ain't another quarterback to elevate him ahead. I mean, they ain't gonna let Dalton play no more.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think it's either that or they've elected to just let Andy just be the
Andy's
player, the player coach or the coach kind of.
Andy's done. You more likely you're gonna see him in some jogs over there on the sideline, some sweats.
Mm-hmm.
Only 5. I'm not hesitant bringing back. Nick Tri-State says, has anyone ever seen JJ fuck up a snap? Let's be honest, I haven't.
I haven't, and I know that seems like a silly thing to say, and they think, "Oh, it's an easy job." I mean, but it's I've seen placeholders fumble the ball.
Bring it way back. Let's get it, and we got JP in the building. Peace fingers up with the peace fingers up, and let's see. Says morning Twine from Flame for Jesus. Good morning, bro. We got my man Pickle. Happy game day morning. And we will be letting people in early this morning, man. You know what I'm saying? Family show this morning. And then he said Flame. JP hollering back at Flame. And he says Twan. He said Edge, brother-in-law.
What up, bro?
Nick Tracy says, I got a bone to pick with you, Twan, about your selfish quarterback Cam Ward. So he plays the first half to break the record, but can't. They took him. They took him out. We'll get into that too. We'll get into that. Dom says, smash, like, and subscribe. It's not my quarterback. I'm not a Miami fan. Hey, King JP Jumper said AC for the short. Because fuck saying her whole name. He always says that. And then he said horrible look.
It's not as horrible as you're making it out to be, Nick. You're digging.
Yeah. Relax and Talk Sports says no Chuba. Absolutely not. Chuba's out. He's just shut down for the year. Pickle said competitive is all I ask. That's all I ask too, bro. Maze is coming back by Pickle, and he said like it or not. And Nick Tri-State said no. I want them coming back.
So his list was those were the ones he wants coming back. Okay.
And Pickle says JJ wants to come back and is healthy. And last year, JJ Johnson signed a 1-year extension with the Panthers worth 1.3 with a $550K guarantee. The contract qualifies for the veteran salary benefit.
Oh, okay.
And Ken 88 says we taking.
It's a little late to be saying that, Ken. I mean, if we were going to do that, that would have happened.
We've been taking. And
I don't even know. I mean, have we been really? I mean, I don't know about that.
I said not on purpose.
Well, I mean,
if you win 3 games, let's take it.
Well,
no, it's either intentionally or it's non-intentional.
I know, but I guess I'm just trying to figure out why he's saying we're tanking when we got 2 more games left.
I think maybe he was just being funny.
Maybe.
I think maybe he was just being funny.
Probably.
Lord
have mercy on my soul.
All right, man. First up, of the people that's coming back, so also, we'll go over all the guys and talk about if it's most likely that they'll come in. But look, let me go ahead and open the show up, get everybody's opinion.
Well, here's my thing for this.
Yeah, we tired as hell over here too, man. So if y'all hear joining over here, this over
Yeah,
this
my bad.
motherfucker.
I probably should have muted for that. That was very unprofessional.
Nah, me too. I'm fucking tired. But listen,
All right, so for people who I believe that is not coming back from this roster, and this is just my
oh, oh,
humble
oh, oh,
opinion.
hold your horses, Scout. I got you. I'm gonna
Hold
put
on,
them all up.
Edge.
Oh, my bad.
I got you.
We're
You
gonna
know,
go one by one.
Petey Quick Jr.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Nick, what up, bro? How you feeling?
What up,
I'm
y'all?
like Bruce
Nah, I'm
Buff-
looking at
I'm
this.
like
I'm
Bruce
looking at
Buffer in
this
this
site. I
bitch.
don't know if you're able to pull it up, Twan. I just peeped something that's type alarming. Bruh, Fuller, Woods, Nick Scott, all the safeties are expiring. So that's gonna be a real question
Yeah.
for concern, in my opinion. Like when I really just looked at it.
No, it's
So
not.
I mean,
No, it's not.
you're right. It's not a big upgrade, but it's like to me, it shows that you need to upgrade that because our safety situation isn't good, and it hasn't been good for a while.
I mean,
and
I was
hey
gonna say
Nick,
I don't know if I mean I've been getting on us not drafting a safety for like the last 3 years now
It's
because
annoying.
because we keep Xavier Woods. I mean, we had Jamie Robinson and we just released him, so it's like, I mean, what are we doing? There's been plenty of good safeties in these drafts too that we've just kind of
Well, we better get one this draft
glossed
because
over.
this
And
is
the
a
one guy,
loaded
the one
draft for
free agent, I
safeties.
thought that we could potentially get. He just signed back with his team.
So let me also introduce to the show. We got Panther Pickle in the building.
What's
Pickle, good
up?
morning. How you feeling, man?
I'm
That's that
doing good.
pickle.
I'm doing all right. What's up? I'm
Good
doing
Yeah,
good.
morning.
man.
I'm doing good. I've done made a
Uh,
couple videos on Twitter already this morning, so apparently I'm ready and raring to go this morning.
Oh,
okay.
the debate juices are already flowing, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. I like the off season. A lot of people turn everything off on the off season. If you're a podcaster, sometimes you rev things up on the off
Yeah.
season.
Facts.
To me, I'm revving it up. So.
JP said as shooting off prematurely.
hey,
Well,
look,
Oh
I'm
my
ready to talk about
god,
these dudes. I'm ready to talk about these dudes.
Lord,
Hey, man, that's his business, man. I mean, you know.
he said
I'm ready to
pause.
talk about
good Lord.
All right, man. Look, I think we'll start with some of the obviouses and then keep moving on from there, man. But look, I hate to say it,
Oh, put your boy
but
up there. Let's go. Yes.
Gone.
how's it
Bye.
going?
Gone. Peace.
Why? Don't get the fuck out of here. Man, stop crying over this, man.
Goodbye. So long. Get your ass out of here.
I think Ian Thomas is not
Oh my
returning.
god.
You might as well put Bryce Young
They
up there
felt
too.
like you said, Twan. They found his pictures. They burned him. He has no more blackmail.
Whatever blackmail pictures they found that Ian has, I think they found them and burned them shits up. So he's out here. Look, man, I'm gonna say this. Oh, I thought Ian was a. I thought, look, man, I thought he was key. I thought he could have been a really good tight end for us. I never thought the dude ever really got used correctly. I mean, walking in behind Greg Olson is a tall task for any player. You know, any player walking in behind Greg Olson was going to get criticized anyway, unless he was top notch. I mean, Ian went through a lot of coaches too, man,
Yeah,
and
but if I'm not
it
mistaken,
just seemed like it just never fit. I mean, he's a great. Now they turned him in from in college. He used to go out and get all the catches, and then Carolina turned him into a blocking tight end, which became one of the better one of those. But I just don't. With the way this team's trying to move forward, I just don't see him coming back.
but there's a
Bro, hell no, he
chance.
ain't coming back, dude. This dude
Like,
has.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, good.
Like,
There is.
look,
Go ahead, Age. I'm sorry.
nah, so think about it, man. This dude has 119. This dude been targeting 185 times, has 119 catches for 1,062
Right.
yards, average 8.9 not a catch, with 4 touchdowns, and his longest one was 50 yards with one
Right.
fumble.
But here's
Now, if
my
that
here's
now
my
if that
thing.
was for
He ain't
1 year,
doing
that
that,
would be
bruh.
impressive.
Yeah.
But
No, that's for his career.
Career.
I
Yeah.
I
Right.
just said if that had been for 1 year,
1
that would
year.
have been
That's
impressive.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
if that was a
And,
one career thing, I'd say
That's
keep
so
this
funny to
motherfucker.
say
Come
too.
on, man.
yeah, there is a chance, as Nick said, it's like 1% chance. Like 1%. That means there's a 99.9% chance that he ain't coming back.
Yeah, but my thing is like the reason I say he has a chance is Jatavian the only tight end we have under contract after this season, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken,
Yes.
right?
No,
Yes, he is.
So
And
no.
if I was
so
if
Dan Morgan and Brent, if I'm not mistaken, I'm looking at it from a money guy like Brant Tillis. Obviously, I could be wrong, but he's gonna look at it like I'm gonna try and re-sign the guy I can get for the cheapest, just for depth
oh,
purposes, and then possibly sign or draft someone. You know what I mean? So you have your three tight ends. That's why I say
well,
he may have a
see,
chance.
see, 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 the issue is Ian doesn't play special teams real good. But
That is true.
Ian's biggest problem other than drafting is he can't stay healthy. Felipe Franks has been healthy all year,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm sorry, folks, whether you like it or not, that man is becoming a key issue, a key player in our special teams unit.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
going to bet money
Yeah.
that Felipe Franks is here
yeah,
though. And
Oh yeah,
that being
I
said,
agree.
he'll bring
yeah,
up the third
he's
and
got a
he'll
pro
develop the
he got a Pro Bowl vote nod. So
right, exactly. So that being said,
Yeah, he'll be
and
back.
if I was gonna bring any tight end back that's hitting free agency, not counting the ones I just mentioned, it's gonna be Tommy Trimble. Tommy is
Hmm.
active. He is Chuba Hubbard's best friend. So you have to ask, is that willing
Yeah.
enough to him to take a minimum deal? It's possible. Now, if you're another team, Ian hasn't done, or not Ian. If you're another team, Tommy hasn't done enough to cause you to hand out a large paycheck, blocking or catching, but he's good enough for
hmm
us. I expect Tommy to come back as a as a number two tight end. Maybe though not good enough deal to keep him here if somebody that you draft shows him up.
Can I ask real quick piggyback off that? How would y'all feel? Because I agree with you and AC. Philippi Franks has been a pleasant surprise this year, especially in special teams. And I think a lot of people
Right.
really get. That's why I brought up JJ Jansen before. I think I'm not because I definitely agree. All of y'all are true football fans, and y'all understand football. That's why I respect and come on this show a lot. But
Thank you.
I think people underestimate how valuable special teams really is sometimes, and having those guys on special teams, bro, like
Right.
Matthew Slater for
No,
the
you're
Patriots,
right.
like those guys are important. So
Right.
I was gonna say, how would y'all feel with Jatavian progressing if he's our no doubt one, Tremble re-signing being our two, and Philippi Franks being our three? How would we feel about that? I'm looking at it. I'm content with it. I'm
Yes,
completely content with it because it would allow us to attack and spend money other ways.
I think when it comes to that, I think they will draft another tight end this year, and I think that
Oh, don't get me
I
wrong. I like Harold Fannin, bro. I
yeah,
know you seen what he did in that bowl game.
I think what did you say? I think Trimble and what was the other guy you mentioned?
Felipe Franks.
Felipe
Felipe
Franks,
Frank.
bro.
I think they're gonna have to compete. I think they're gonna make them compete, and then whoever
I think
beats out the other.
But a
yeah,
guy like
it's
Franks is very valuable. Very
it's
valuable.
possible. It's possible we actually go into the season with four tight ends. If all
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're using
I don't want
four,
to.
you're right. You're right. But we don't carry fullbacks, and Tommy could play the pretend fullback role.
Yeah,
I'm
but see,
sorry.
Oh,
Sir.
like how the last guy did with the other tight end that we drafted. The last guy that did that, I forgot his damn name. We
Well,
had a tight
they
end that we used
you're
at
talking
fullback.
about Giovanni Ricci.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
yeah.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
him. He was a tight end, but we used him as a fullback
yeah,
in
yeah,
Matt Rule's system.
well,
yeah.
it seems like the Carolina Panthers don't know what to do with their tight ends, bro.
No matter what
It
coach we have.
seems like you remember when we had like six of them 2 years ago.
Hmm.
It's just like we didn't utilize the tight end this year the way we should have utilized the tight end. That could be another weapon for Bryce Young. You know what I'm saying? Another thing for him to look for. Really good teams know how to use the tight end effectively, and I mean, tight end is usually when you get a defense in a situation where they think about those guys last. The way that they can get up into a guy, pull off, and be wide open. Pause. The way they say that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. So like Canales uses the tight end like that with us, but he definitely used it in Tampa Bay. Before I get
Uh,
moving on, man, let me go ahead and introduce my guy from the Black Cat Panther podcast. We got Poppin' Bullets
what's up, Pop?
in the
Bang
building.
bang,
What up, Pop?
What's going on, bro?
bang bang. What's
How's
up?
your
What's
morning?
up? I can't complain. I burnt my bacon, but other than that, I can't complain.
You shouldn't be eating that shit
Don't eat
anyway.
that shit
But
anyways. Yeah, facts. You shouldn't be eating
Hey,
that crap anyway.
y'all can kiss my ass.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Bacon
I like bacon,
I,
bro.
I done
I,
seen
I meet
pigs
my
eat
I meet
some
I,
diabolical things, brother.
yeah. Well, I meet my bacon.
That's
I meet my bacon. Y'all leave me alone.
Bro, I
Now,
like
Go
now
bacon.
for
listen, I tolerate all sorts of hate, but don't be hating on my bacon. All right.
Thank you.
If you don't like it, that's your
That's it.
business. But
You know what I'm
don't be
saying?
hating on my damn bacon.
Bacon hate.
Hey, yeah,
yeah, I'm with you, Twan.
I ain't hating, man. Don't hate on my bacon, man.
For real, bro. I love bacon. Shoot,
Yeah,
It
I got 2 pounds in my fridge right now.
don't love you.
Who the
I'm
Oh
from
next?
the
Who the
shit,
south.
next? Who the next one after? Get Ian Thomas off our screen, Twan, please. Who the next one,
I'm
bro?
not doing it. I'm not doing it until Pop says something. Hey,
Oh,
Pop. So,
What up?
Pop,
What up?
look, man. I think Ian Thomas. Might think this might be his last year, man.
It's over for him. He's
Uh,
been injured too long. He's been injured too long. He's been here for a long time. He hasn't ascended. If anything, he's descended. He hasn't been accountable.
it hurts my heart.
And
It hurts me.
and I'm starting to feel like there has been a trend lately for the Carolina Panthers that anybody can say they're hurt and still be staying on the team for years and years and years. And
Yeah.
I don't like that. I need that out the building because I feel like there's a difference between injured and hurt. So
Hmm.
if that's the culture that's been lingering around, I want it out. And he has been one of the guys who has had no major surgeries, but is never available.
Yeah. Well, up next, man. Look, this guy has. Some people wonder why he lasted this long. Like through all the coaching regimes, and nobody asked to move on for him. But I don't see him
oh, yeah.
making it anymore after this year, man. I mean, it's been a good run. But let's be honest, man. I mean, we really got a shell out of Shaq Thompson for what he could have been and how long he played with us. But again, a guy riddled with injuries, you know what I'm saying? Just couldn't stay on top of it, for whatever reason. When he was good, he was good, you know. But I just, if anybody sees any differently, let's talk about Shaq Thompson and his chances of making it back here next year.
I'm talking to my boy
Uh,
about this, and unfortunately, he's contractually still under contract. Um, I don't
for
think he's
one
going to
more
be the
year, Pop.
starter though. I don't think he's going to be the starter. I think he'll accept the
No.
backup role, but I think you're still going to deal with Shaq Thompson because of his leadership. Um, because he's been here for a while. And I mean, unfortunately, I don't want him back, but because of the contracts he's had and how many times he looked out for the team, I think they're still going to keep him here to after 2026.
Shaq's not on the contract. He has a voidage year after this, but
Okay.
is not
Yeah.
he. So and basically, he's going to cost 4.2 million on our cap, but he's
They'll let
not
him
under
go.
contract here.
Yeah.
Other than that voidage year, and Austin Corbett has the same type deal, but he's not under contract here after this year. So he can go somewhere else and sign if he wants to.
Well, when I looked, he wasn't a free agent in 2025, and there's about 20 guys that is up for contract, and I didn't see him on
On
That's
there
on
Poppin.
the
when
I
I
whole
think
looked
the
at it.
reason why is because his contract void doesn't technically begin until February 18th. So that's why it's not going to register it until then.
Okay, okay.
On over, he is on over the cap. How's that? I'll say that's what I look at.
Well,
So,
that's what I'm looking at. And if there's a little icon, if you hover over it, it says February 18th contract voids begin. So that's probably why you're not seeing it, because technically it's still showing as of 2025 he is until that date. So I
Okay.
think once that date hits,
Well, if that's the
it'll
case,
probably show
then
it.
yeah, Shaq's probably gone. I think, but I still think he's gonna be here with the Carolina Panthers. I still think he's gonna be on the coaching staff.
now, if I can say real quick, though, I was chatting with some folks yesterday. Shaq took almost what took vet minimum here last year. I really think if I think Shaq would sign a vet minimum contract to stay here. I don't think he really wants to go anywhere else. Period. Whether it's a live or visit or play, but if the opportunity presents itself, I think he would stay here another year. But I don't think. I think he's. I also think he has to do that. He has to be a realization of himself. Like Pop said, it can't be a starter.
I,
Maybe a depth piece.
I think, well, and thanks for all 62 of you guys that are in here right now. Please hit that like button. Please smash that subscribe button and share the content. And this is everybody on here from YouTube and from Stitch, from X, and good news. I mean, starting next week, we'll also be screening from Instagram.
On
But
I'm sorry, the inactives list are out if you want them.
okay, just can you put them in the chat? I mean, or in the private chat so I can pull them up.
Yeah.
So look, man, I don't think Shaq is gonna. I think Shaq is gonna return. I just don't think he's gonna return as a player. I think Shaq has his mindset on coaching. You know, what I mean, because that's pretty much what he's been doing. I feel like that's what he's been doing anyway. You know, we the only organization that he knows, and I personally think he would be a great coach, man. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, no team is calling for Shaq. Nobody. So if he don't make it here, he ain't gonna make it nowhere. I think he returns, but just not as a player. You know, the team is young. Shaq's got to feel like a damn grandpops on this team because we're getting younger and younger, and we're about to get even more younger after this draft. Like dude. I mean, I just think you can teach from the sideline because they're not going to learn much from you physically on the field. But you know, I mean, man, look, I'm going to get some young guys in here. I love Shaq. I just don't want him to come back. I just don't. If somebody needs that spot.
So, yeah, something odd's going on with this game. It's weird.
Wow, what you mean?
No, just because for depth purposes, I find it very odd that we've got two people who are healthy scratches that are being labeled as inactive.
Well, we've been doing that all year.
Oh, okay, I got you. Well, one of them. Well,
it's not made for them to play. The season's over.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know.
The safety, if I may say, the safety.
Get all them damn dudes that don't play on the field, bro.
The safety himself was inactive, was a healthy inactive last year. He got. I think the Cowboys game. When they got him to line up against receivers, I think that cost him his job. I really do. He's a free agent after this year anyway. So
no, and he probably good luck to him getting signed somewhere.
Right. Well, to cut him now would cost you more dead cap than you need, and you just have to replace him on the roster. So, and again, like you said, if you cut him, he may sign with the division. So, just if I'm them, I'm just going to make him sit on the roster and active for the rest of the year.
Right.
More games.
Yeah, I agree with that pick.
Right, and Moten had been sick all week.
And they also said they kept labeling him with a knee, something with his knee too.
Yes, exactly. Which if and you know, people can hate me, Twan. You know this. People can hate me because my opinion on Moten's contract, but business wise sense, If
Hate is
they
a
line
strong.
Brady
Hate
Christensen
is
up and he can
hate
play
is a
right
strong word,
tackle,
bro.
well, if they line, well, okay, maybe I shouldn't use the word hate. They disagree with my opinion, but because I don't hate Taylor Moton, but his
Yeah.
contract itself, and he is valuable, but he's entering a 1 year deal, and
Yep.
so far he hasn't shown any desire to sign here long term without
Yep.
being paid 30 plus million a year at right tackle. And if you can hypothetically say get Brady Christensen to line up at right tackle cheaper long term, you know, Taylor
D-
Moat might be a good trading option.
did y'all just see the inactives just came out? For how large
That's
our
what
injury?
that's it.
Oh,
We've already looked
yeah.
at it. Yeah, but
I'll do it.
go ahead,
Yeah, I'll do
Twan.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, guys, don't get ahead of the show, man. I mean, I do it in a
yeah,
piece. But
I ain't
listen,
gonna do that shit.
look, man. I mean, I love what Pickle just
Can't
said
wait for the
because
JC Horn haters.
he just did the perfect segue to the next thing. Look, man. Belichick said that he always gets rid of a player a year early. Like, why hold on to a player before he starts to decline? And so, therefore, the next guy I don't think will make back here, just like Pickle said, it's Moton. The team
No,
is trying to get younger. We need money to pay these guys. We got a lot of picks. Listen, man, I love Taylor Moon too. It just makes too much sense for us to just, what I'm saying? Look, you can either look at it like this. Either they're going to be keeping Taylor Moon around for one guy, and we know who that guy is, which
Hmm.
I'm personally like, I'm tired of doing shit for just one guy. Or you know what I'm saying? You let him move on, let another team that's gonna pay crazy money for him that's contending or whatever, and we don't know what we could get back for him. But I know it'll be good. I just don't think Dan Morgan is gonna get Fugazi into no bad deal or whatever. I mean, look, worst situation in the future is that you can uh that you can bring him back on like these 1 year deals, or you can franchise him. But I don't think they're gonna let this man go for chicken feed. Like, you're gonna have to bring something. I mean, like, his resume speaks for itself. But
No, you can bring
I know
him
it's gonna be people out there saying there's no way we can get rid of this guy. Look what he does or whatever. But look, man, you can't get rid of him. You can't get rid of somebody when it's too late. When you got perfect guy, and the Carolina Panthers are known for hanging on to a guy too long and not getting anything out of it,
Yeah.
you know. So how do
Yeah,
you guys feel about getting moving on for Taylor Moton? And
I,
like, I mean, it's not a bad thing for us because look at all the shit we can get back.
yeah, I think the most important thing you already said it. Why I think he's not going anywhere.
All right.
It's because of Bryce Young. He's protecting
Okay.
his right side. They're not.
Hmm.
He hasn't given you enough reasons to get rid of him other than money situation. And if you
It's
have
just the
that much faith,
money.
yeah,
It's
right.
just the
But
money.
it's just the money. But if you have faith in Brent and Tillis, the money man, then there's a way that he can move some things around to make it more accountable, affordable for us. So I know people said for the money wise, yeah, get rid of him, but he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't give you enough reasons to.
Let
Well,
me
I
let
He's
think
me
only
let,
he's only
for me,
allowed one sack on his side.
let me
yeah,
address this little motherfucker real quick, man. He every week he shows us that he don't know shit about football before. Let me address his ass. He said, "See, Twan, you continue to flip flop. Now let's get rid of Moton." And just a week ago, okay, so yeah, I was not in favor of getting rid of Moton, but guess what? For you, G baby, in football, from week to week, different things change, right? And then you have
Exactly.
to adjust accordingly, and then you have to keep going back to the drawing board. You don't just go to the drawing board once and say this is what it's going to be. As things continue to happen in football, and then you see where you may need to make replacements and things like that, then you have to come back and go, well, is it valuable for us to get rid of him? And when I say get rid of him, that sounds harsh, meaning like, trade him and get what we can get back for him before he becomes a free agent, and then he can make his own decision, and you ain't gonna get shit back for him. I'd rather get rid of him. I'd rather let him move on before he starts to decline and get what we need, because he's one of the hottest things in the NFL this season though right now. But like me and Pop just said, I don't. I just don't. I hate when if we're gonna be keeping players for this one guy. You know what I'm saying? That we could get ourselves in a financial situation
But
trying to
but
protect
Twan,
the guy that can't protect himself.
but Twan, that's not the only. It's not just for Bryce Young. It's for the continuity of the offensive line. I mean,
Yeah,
that's one thing you got to take in consideration. You're now taking a big piece away and hoping somebody can come in and fill that void, which we haven't seen. Now we might have seen him for a couple of games in that position, but you haven't seen the whole season. You can count on Taylor Moton to protect the right side pretty solid. That means
absolutely.
you
I,
But
I,
Bryce is
that's a
right-handed.
guessing game. I'm just
But
throwing
the
it out
most
there.
I got you. But the most important lineman on a right-handed quarterback is left tackle. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Bryce can see that on that side. You know what I'm saying? You can
I,
go get a guy. He ain't gonna be Taylor Moton, but he can protect him.
But you said
I,
that right. Hold on. You said
Yeah.
that. My bad, pickle. One more point there. You say
No,
that
you
he
got it.
could
You got it.
he could see it, right? But
Uh,
think about how many times Bryce Young rolls to his right, and it's
that's what I'm
Taylor
saying.
Moton.
So
That's what I'm saying. But he trusts his Taylor Moton to be over there. We do not know if we have anybody or could draft anybody to come in and take on that void and still be high and serviceable for our quarterback. That's just I'm just saying, guys. It's
I
a
feel
hell of a
you.
chance to take.
I feel you. I'm just saying
So
that we would have got two guys.
it ain't my
Well, they
money.
cost money.
So
Yeah, go ahead. You got it. Go
I,
ahead, Pickle.
I agree with Mike. I agree with Pop a lot. I do. But w- to me, GM also has to look at the future. And the question you have to ask is, okay,
Pickle.
first,
Before you start,
I, I don't.
let me name your inactives. Panthers inactives is J.C. Horn, Taylor Moton. See, he ain't even playing. Josie Jewell, Jordan Fuller, wide receiver Devin Tompkins, and quarterback Jack Plummer. I thought he was called up to this morning.
He's labeled as an inactive technically, but he's in there as
Emergency.
He's still the
the third
emergency
QB.
quarterback.
The emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
third
Uh,
QB, which
So,
technically makes him inactive, so he doesn't count
okay,
to get, you know.
gotcha,
and you can only use the emergency quarterback rule if they're on the 53-man roster. So,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
yes, G baby, Moten ain't playing. Now, so here's my point though. Okay, I don't think they're actually going to cut him outright.
No, not cut him. I
No,
just
no,
said
no. But
No,
but but
no,
here's
no.
but here's the difference. I'm going to use some, and maybe I shouldn't use it, but if they look into the future, if they've
Make
had
sure.
conversations with Moten's agent and maybe Moten himself, and he decides, hey, I like the team, but I want to be paid the highest left tackle or the highest right tackle in the league. Here's my stats to back that up. The Panthers look at the future and say, there's no way we can give him what he wants in the future. So we can
no.
keep him on this roster for next year and play him and then lose him in free agency and get nothing. Or maybe a late round compensatory pick or trade him and actually get something. Now, there's a few teams out in the league right now who would give you a good bit for this guy. Maybe not a first round pick, but a good bit. So if you're a team like hypothetically, say the Jets, who have a very disgruntled wide receiver who hates that quarterback up there, wants out of there, could they
Yeah.
possibly do that? Now, if you're a team like the 49ers, who traditionally have that offensive line problems, maybe they won't mind trading a solid draft pick for a guy like that. Not just the 49ers. There's teams out there right now that may give you a second or third round pick for that guy. Now, if I'm the Panthers and Garrett Wilson wants out of the Jets and he wouldn't mind coming here, I might would surrender Moten in a fourth round pick, just hypothetically speaking. But I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about the future. Yes, Moten's going to be here and he's good, but if you take the chance, do you miss out? Because the Panthers have done that before. They've had been in a situation And we can all not talk about Brian Burns. They didn't trade him when they had an opportunity to get a boatload of picks, and they waited and they got one pick out of the deal. So
I mean,
Yes,
because of who our money guy is, my biggest thing is in 2025, which is this coming season, Moten and what we owe him accounts for 11% of our cap. So if you trade him after or trade him, in this off season, you potentially are going to offload some of that to make space for someone else.
yeah, right.
And that's his most expensive year. If we let him play next year, I mean, his void will start in 2026. I mean, so that if you're going to trade him, you need to do it this year, because at that point you're not going to get anything for him, and or he'll be marked as a free agent depending on what the void specifically states. And how that works for his contract. So
next year his
Let me ask
contract
y'all this.
voids on February the 18th.
well, in 2026, yes, but in 2025,
Yes, but
we owe him a boatload of money. That's where
right,
all of his stuff has been moved.
yeah, and that's what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If you offload him this year, then this coming off season, then
Yeah,
next year we won't have to pay that. Somebody else will.
that
Let,
17.5. Yeah.
let me
See
ask
what
y'all a
I'm
question
saying? See what I'm saying?
because
We gotta do
be-
that.
it is we're questioning about the money, right? But
Mhm.
who all needs to get paid? Because everybody that should have got paid is already gone. We paid the two guards, we paid Derrick Brown, and the only person you got to pay now is JC Horn. So what are we truly worried about when we're going to go after this season? We're going to have a boatload of money anyway. Who are we trying to pay? Because this team is so
We're going to
young. You
have a
have no
boatload. What's a boatload? Because from what I've looked
after
at,
after no after this season, after the 2025 season.
Yeah, we're gonna have
All
some
the
nice money.
yeah, everybody's gonna drop off. There's the people that aren't playing on the team that we're still paying.
okay,
I think Chris
so
McCaffrey just fell off this year.
so
But
are you saying just overlook 2025 and look at 2026?
what I'm saying is that after this season, we will be out of cap hell. We'll be out of cap hell, right?
Yeah.
So when you go into 2026 season, who are you paying though? Like, who are we needing to pay so much money to that we're worried about the salary cap? Because we don't have no superstar here that we got to pay. There's
I'm not
nobody
worried
coming
about
up
it in
for no,
2026. I'm worrying about it in 2025, Pop.
exactly. Who are you? That's what I'm saying. Who are you worried about paying this year when
Well,
we have nobody to pay?
well,
It's not worrying about paying that. It's knowing that if we're wanting to try to, because this has been everybody's biggest complaint, Bryce Young can't seem to outscore the other teams because our
Hmm.
defense lets everybody through because they're like a screen door on a submarine. Okay,
Right.
so if that's the case, you have to have money to be able to go sign people, because I know
Right.
everybody thinks that we're going to literally just, if y'all think we're really
Draft.
going to draft 10 people, I promise you, we're going to probably have picks that are going to be swapped around, trading up. We're not going to come out of this draft probably with 10 people. I
And
don't
not all
think
those
we will.
and
I
not
believe
all
we
those
will.
draft
no,
picks
some of that
not all
shit.
those
Yeah,
not
some
all
of that
the
shit get
draft
grouped
picks
together.
are going to
I
start
believe you will
And
because you
or
got
worth starting.
22 people that needs to be resigned and you don't have the money to pay them. And not only that, Tillis has already told y'all that we're not doing nothing major in free agency. So I don't know why we're getting our hopes up high, thinking that we're about to go get some star from somebody's team to come play here. He already spent the bag. He spent the bag on the guards and paying Derrick Brown. They said, what's the plan for next year for free agency? He said, that's it. We ain't doing nothing else. Well, we've already spent the money.
Well, I don't think he's going to tell us. Oh, we got plans to add this person
Yeah.
and that person. So
I was
but
going
I
to say
I mean,
he's not going to come out and tell you anything like that.
Watch and
if you
see.
look at the needs, if you look at the needs going into this offseason,
Hmm.
you're replacing your entire special teams unit. The kicker and the punter have got to be re-signed.
That's fine.
You don't have any safeties that I'm calculating. No, you do have one safety on your roster
Yeah, you're
next
gonna need to
year.
replace two. You can get those at the
So
draft.
so so you're gonna no, it's highly doubtful you're gonna draft two starters right off the bat. Plus, you also got to have backups behind those starters, and then you also have to replace a backup quarterback. Um, if Brady Christensen does leave in free agency, you have a swing tackle, but you still have depth relaying issues. You have to prop up the edge rusher and the linebacker core and the defensive end, no matter what system you're in, because they both are atrocious.
And as far as who we got to pay, I
So,
mean, you either got to pay Cade
there's
Mays or
another
Brady.
need the company,
And neither
but you
one of them
can
cost
make
you a lot
some
of money.
moves. You can make some moves to save you money. For example, and I'm going to name them real quick. If you cut, hang on, let me get back on my team I'm on. I got my
Hey,
son
so hey, just
anyway,
real quick. Go ahead,
What?
Pickle. Go ahead.
if you take,
Nah,
if
go
you
ahead.
cut,
Go ahead.
if you dump either trade or cut Javion Clowney, you're going to save $8 million. Okay. If you cut Miles Sanders, not you, if you cut Miles Sanders, you're going to save $6.7 million. If you dump Dane Jackson, you're going to save $3.3 million. And Shy Tuttle, you'll save you $6.5 million.
He
But
gone.
if we're cutting them and making money or making available cap, you're going to have to replace them. And I'm sorry, just
That's why I think we're going to use all 10 picks.
if you draft all 10 picks with players, 5 of those will likely not even be ready to get on that field, even as a backup. That's just fact. And if they do, and injuries happen, those guys they may not be ready to even play. Just like
I totally
Camardi,
agree with you.
guy we
I
drafted
totally
in
agree
the
with you,
6th
Cookie.
round, we didn't. So you've got needs that you have to fill. Some of these you can't see yet, really, but
Pickle, I totally agree with you. What I'm saying is that the Carolina Panthers suck. You're going to need the next 2 to 3 drafts to build this team the correct way. They're not going to keep going to free agency and spend a whole bunch of money. They're not going to do that. They're not going to sit here. They're going to cut some of these guys. They are. And they're going to get little pawns with the little bit of money that they can to fill in gaps. That's what they're going to do. They're going to lay in this shit and keep it moving until they actually get their salary cap together, which is 2026, when they can make a splash. But you got to build through the draft. If y'all want this microwave fix, by all means. I mean, all I can do is sit back here and watch.
No, you got to build through the
No, I
draft.
was gonna say I'm not asking for a microwave fix, but I'm also not wanting it to be like where we're rolling out here like what we're about to do today, and we've got 5th and 6th string linebackers as our starters because we don't have depth.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why we gotta wait.
Well, the majority of that can't just be in the draft pop. You're gonna have to sign people. There's no getting away from that.
They are. They're just not gonna sign no expensive.
I didn't say they were going to be expensive.
No, I know that.
But you need to make sure you've got money just in case, because you have no idea. Because again, what did you just say? The Panthers suck. So when a team sucks, what do they have to do, Pop? They have to overpay to get anybody.
That's true.
And majority, if you go out and sign a free agent quarterback to be a backup quarterback, you're going to spend at least 10 million on that quarterback. Might not like it, but in today's day and age, that's what you're going to spend. And if you want to edge rusher, you're going to spend. You'll probably get close to 20 million just on an edge rusher himself. Because you're going to have to overpay them to come here, and you're going to have to hopefully that they can stay healthy. Some areas you won't, because you won't have to deal with, but majority you will. And sometimes, listen, I believe that we do need to add a receiver, but it doesn't have to be the top of the line.
Right.
I don't believe the top free agent wide receiver that everybody wet their pants over last night in that game is coming here anyway, regardless of how much you want to weep for it. He ain't coming here. So
which wide receiver?
T.
Higgins.
Oh, yeah.
T. Higgins hits free agency. He ain't coming to a team in a rebuild. I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Not unless you want to pay him 35-40 million a year.
I don't want T. Higgins.
Yeah,
because he's the same. He has the same type of mindset that we've been having as oh, my ankle hurt. I'm not gonna play for 8 games. We already have that in the locker room. I do not need to
You're right.
overpay somebody like him to come here who's not a true number one. For one, well,
Right.
I'm gonna pay him for 7 games and he sits out. He's another guy that has not had a major surgery to have him miss
I
this
don't
many
know,
fucking
man.
games.
I mean,
Well, I hope
I,
I hope we get him. Y'all talking about
I ain't
overpaying? Y'all about to do it again? We
no,
do
no,
not want to listen.
I'm not talking about him coming here, but I'm just saying compared to Chase, he been the one
Compared
getting
to
off
Chase,
lately.
what? Man, you gotta stop. Chase is that guy. You
Higgins
gotta
has been the
stop.
one that's been getting off lately, though.
Lately, we talking about the last 3 years. Chase has been
Hey,
balling.
well,
Been in the top 5 as wide receiver. Not Hill. Let's not get it twisted.
you know how these motherfuckers are, man. What have you done for me lately? Hey, look, let's move on to the next player. And yeah, man, this guy came to this guy demanded a fucking he demanded more money. He set out
Yeah.
already cost us a game this year. And I mean, man, you can find kickers like this. People say all the time, you can find a running back in it. Nah, man. You can find kickers like this. Uh,
Uh,
MDJ, come on, man. I'm not saying Higgins is better than Chase. I just said lately he's been looking like that guy.
Well, he's got
But let me
for him to be a 2. He's got some decent numbers as a 2.
yeah,
So
that's all I'm saying. He can be somebody's one. But look, Eddie Pinheiro, man, I think this is his last year, man. I think we got to go get another kicker.
yeah.
This
Absolutely. I
dude,
agree.
man, he
I agree.
We had one and we let him
he's
go.
solid. Yeah, you talking about Graham Gano or this or yeah,
No,
the
no,
dude,
the
the thick
kicker.
guy,
So
yeah,
I had to
yeah, man, go
take
sign that guy and bring him back.
Harrison Mevis. Yeah,
Harrison Mevis.
he's currently signed with the Birmingham Stallions.
Yeah,
So I
we'll
had
go
to
back
take
and get him.
on Black Cat, and my guys argued me down, and I was trying, which I'll bring it back up to them later. But I was telling them how far these kickers are kicking and how accurate they have been. And Harrison Mevis has a big, stupid, accurate leg.
Oh yeah,
I
he
said,
does.
why would what and if we're talking about salary and how much you paying somebody and overpaying, I'm like, why am I paying this guy who misses a 22-yard field goal,
Yeah, you
who
out of here,
always got
bro.
something wrong with his camel toe? I ain't got time for
Yeah,
that. When I could spend $400,000 a year on Harrison Mavis, and them guys argue me down. Oh, you ain't gonna be kicking for 60 yards. You barely kicking for 60 yards in the NFL. If y'all go look up right now how many guys are kicking from 50 yards, ridiculous. The kickers have gotten so much crazier. And not only that, the ones that should be hitting their kicks are the guys that have been in the league for a while. They the ones that are falling off. So if you want to get younger, why wouldn't you go get the guy who's younger with a bigger leg who can strike it down the middle for 62 yards, who's done it multiple times in college? They didn't like that idea. Now everybody's with me now when it says get rid of Eddie Pinero. So they just stay with Mavis Harrison.
JP said the Panthers fan would hate Wilson in Carolina. Correction, the Bryce Cope would hate him. Well, I mean, look, man,
Wilson, what, Russell?
that's that's because they don't want him to
No,
compete.
no,
That's why they would
No,
hate.
he's talking
no,
about Garrett Wilson.
no,
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett
The
Wilson.
Jets.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
why?
because of course no because here's the thing because Garrett Wilson basically per Ian Rappaport basically came out that said that Garrett Wilson may request a trade if Aaron Rodgers stays the quarterback for the Jets.
I don't blame him. Aaron Rodgers is too old, and he should have retired 4 years
Ain't that
ago.
what they
He's a
do?
But he's
bum, and the Jets were incompetently jackass organization to give old man Aaron Rodgers anything he got, and they ruined their entire team, including fired their quarterback, fired their head coach just to satisfy the egotistic ass. And listen, Garrett Wilson's not stupid.
they didn't
He's
fire
also
Salah because of Aaron Rodgers.
Yes,
They
they
fired
did.
Salah
No,
I
because of
don't.
Aaron
Aaron
Yes, they
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
did. I don't believe in what you're going to tell me because you told me that before. With all due respect, I don't believe in it. But you can hype yourself up all you want. I think they
Okay.
fired him because Aaron Rodgers demanded it, and the owner and his sons got on their knees and said, "Yes, sir, master." But you go ahead and believe what you want.
Well, I mean, it was definitely a. I agree with Nick, man. I mean, that was a a topic that nobody really touched. You know what I'm saying? So I leave it
Yeah,
alone too. I'm like, if they don't
no one
touch it,
really. I mean, yeah, and
with some
footprint game.
things, you know that it was gonna not be good going forward. And I'm not gonna sit here and say he was fired for that because I don't know. But as far as Aaron Rodgers, what Pickle is saying, I do agree. But man, everything that Aaron Rodgers seems to touch lately, man,
It turns to
it turns
shit.
into shit. This dude is he's demanding shit and he ain't giving it back. And so I mean I agree with him. If I'm Garrett Wilson, man, I'm ready to get the fuck up out of there. But who gonna throw Garrett Wilson the ball over here? It ain't gonna be Bryce.
That's true.
Yeah, but I
I and
It's
I don't know.
only
I
I
look
like
just want to be
if
your
we got
starter
Garrett
next
Wilson to
year,
me, you
whether
remember
you
how
like it or not.
Deontay Johnson looked against the Raiders? That'd be Garrett Wilson times 10. Just a lot of
So
one-on-one
so
matchups,
so what
abusing the slot, just
what you're
destroying the
saying is
field.
what you're saying, Garrett Wilson is just like Deontay Johnson. He's just a troublemaker.
No. I'm saying no. See why you
That's what you
see how
just
you're trying to
said.
switch things up? I said on
No,
the
that's what you
field what he
said.
did
What
against
you
the
just said
Raiders.
on the
I said
field,
on the
he'd be a
field against the
troublemaker.
Raiders. You do that times 10. And he's not like that. I mean, who knows? Maybe you are right though about that. Maybe he
I'm
is just
talking
another
about on the
diva.
field.
But
I'm
I'm
talking
just
about on the field. I
yeah, I'm
understand he
talking
had
on the field.
issues
But
with the
you're gonna
Jets.
sit here and tell me
I,
Deontay Johnson. I know he's more headache than you're
yes,
not Terrell Owens, buddy. You're not Randy Moss.
right.
So humble yourself in that fact. But you can't sit here and tell me Deontay Johnson's not a hell of a route runner and football player. And when he
Doesn't
did
matter.
play,
no,
It
he
doesn't
is.
matter if he
specifically what I'm
drops the
saying
ball.
against the
He
Raiders, what he
doesn't
did
matter
against
if
the
he drops the
Raiders,
ball. He
that
can
was
be the
some
best route runner in the world. If he
demonic
can't catch the
route
damn
running and
ball,
shit we saw, bro.
Ian Thomas
And
would be better.
Canales put him in those right positions. And yes, Andy Dalton came in after Bryce Young two shitters to begin. Bryce Young at the beginning of the year. That's what the beautiful thing about this story. He looked worse, and I think it was Edge who said it somewhere last week. He looked worse in the first two games this year than he did at any point last year.
I agree.
Like, you know what I mean? After those first 2 weeks, I was like, holy God, like God in heaven, this has gotten worse. He's gotten worse. How? How could you
I
get
agree.
worse? And then Andy came in, and we saw what he did with Thielen until he got hurt, and Deontay just abusing the middle of the field. You know what I mean? Especially in the slot. I saw Garrett Wilson just give Jalen Ramsey the work in the slot, bro. Like, pulling matrix releases on for him and shit. Like, Jalen can't even get his hands on him. This kid is special. He's special. I'm all for it. And I know T. Higgins scored 3 touchdowns yesterday, but I'm still all Garrett Wilson.
T. Higgins was impressive yesterday, man. But that was one game. But he was impressive. You know what I'm saying? But I want to stay young. I'm not gonna get anything to get me to steer away from that, to look away from that. We don't have the money anyway. I just think that we need to stay on strip, get young, get these guys, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna be great. That's why you have a draft every year. You know what I'm saying? And run these guys and develop these guys. Uh, do we still? I mean, we got to ask each other other questions at this point too. Do we have good developing coaches on this team at this point? Uh, uh, I mean, this year I saw 2 coaches that didn't trust their players, so that's the opposite of developing players. I mean, if there's not only are we going out to get players, if we can go out there and maybe some coaches need to be replaced. Maybe there's some coaches that need to be replaced. You know what I'm saying? And that's another subject for another day. But I mean, it's so much room for improvement on this team, man. I mean, it starts with Dan. It starts with Dan, bro.
He just got to do a little better free agency this year and draft,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, God, man, this is every time I think of Jonathan Brooks, my heart just hurts a little for that poor young man. Fuck. God damn.
Speaking
The
of
Lord is
Nick Trust,
testing that man. The Lord is testing him.
Nah,
The
Carolina
Lord is
did.
testing him.
well,
Don't bring players back when they don't need to be back.
I
Yeah.
would have, I
well,
would
here's the
have, I
thing.
would have just let him sit the whole year. What Edge?
I would let I would let him sit the whole year, but at the same time, if this were to happen, this is when I would have brought Jonathan Brooks back.
Yeah, if
This is when
Chuba,
I would have
for
brought him
whatever
back. I would have
reason,
brought
had
him
to be
back
hurt,
then 3
then
weeks
you
ago.
bring him
I would
up.
have brought him back here because you
This
got
one
2
makes
games
sense.
left.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like this one made the perfect sense to bring this guy back right here. But now,
The
Yeah,
because
because
perfect sense.
Chuba's on
The
IR.
because
perfect
he's hurt.
sense. The perfect sense to this was not to draft a hurt player. That's just the bottom
Yeah,
line.
bottom line.
Everybody
I
drafts
mean,
hurt players, bro.
if,
Everybody draft hurt players. It's
Who?
nah. That's
Not
that
no
damn.
second round
you'd be
pick.
That's
surprised.
tech,
What are you
yeah.
talking about?
That's that Texas shit
The,
talking right now. Not with no second round pick. They don't.
That's not that
on a
Texas
second
shit
round
talking
pick,
about,
man.
bro.
The value's too high. The value's
Everybody does it.
too high. In the second round is
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to give me some examples.
The
I'm
only
sitting here
recent
waiting
player I
asking
know
for
that
that
was
shit.
drafted who was definitely hurt, and I could be wrong, but I could have sworn it was N'Kobe Dean who had that chest or yeah, and but he was taken in the third round. So I mean that's the but he was also supposed to be a first round pick until that injury. So I mean that's the value, which I mean that's like Jonathan Brooks. He would have been a first rounder had he not gotten hurt. But I mean, N'Kobe Dean wasn't drafted in the second; he was drafted in the third. That's the
but
closest comparison I've got.
that's what we're saying, Claire. Like he says, everybody does it, and I'm saying at that value of a pick at second round, I don't see that every draft. Now I see guys fall, and you might get them in the fourth or the fifth or the sixth because they having a major surgery. But now with your first two picks, are you sitting here saying, yeah, I would definitely take a guy that's missing a leg. We're gonna sew it on later. Yeah, that's cool. No, that doesn't happen. That was stupid.
Nah.
I don't care what nobody said. That was stupid for the Carolina Panthers to do. You disagree
Yeah.
with me all you want to, but look how it's
More
paying off.
than they
We
dropped
don't
the
have
ball
time to be
again.
taking chances like that.
I was gonna say, Ed, you've been trying to jump in and like break some kind of news for like the
No,
last hour.
no,
What
it
is
was all
it?
right.
Go
It
ahead.
was all right. I put it through the chat already, so it's all good.
What chat?
Our chat.
No, tell us. I mean, look, we want to hear it
No,
too.
no.
Shit.
It was. We already talked about it. It was the Garrett Wilson. It was the Garrett
Oh,
Wilson
okay,
rumor. That was it.
I was about to say I
Well,
don't see
So,
anything in our chat, but okay.
if I
so
may
here we
say
go.
one thing,
Yeah, go.
one thing
You got it.
I'm interested in today that I want to see. Caleb Farley, former first round pick, is going to start at corner in place of J.C. Horn. To me, I like
Interesting.
that because he does have talent. He just went through some injury issues, and if this can prove whether he needs to stay next year, because I don't think he's going to be expensive in free agency. I
Bro,
don't.
Not at all. Yeah, not at
it's
all.
gonna be
So
it's gonna be a
that
fucked up game today.
Yeah, man.
well, I
Lord
mean,
have mercy.
it
And you
is,
know
but
what? And you know what's
it is what it
crazy?
is.
This is absolute. And you know what? This is a chess move for J.C. Horn. This
Yeah,
is
bro.
absolutely I mean, yeah, he's hurt, but at the end of the day, this is a negotiation tactic. If we look horrible, oh man, J.C.'s gonna be like, "Show me the money."
Well, I
He
mean,
might, look, bro. He might have put Evero on a hotter seat by not playing today, bro.
Yeah, right.
Oh
What
yeah.
if Baker
I
go out and throw for
I
410, bro? What if Baker throw for
I
400 today?
I
That
ain't
would be
gonna hide
crazy.
it. I hope Ivero's dismissed at the end of this season.
Shit, it could be after this game, but they ain't gonna do it.
But
And listen, man. So I thought Pickle might have heard something too, but look, he almost let him. But listen. For the first time, I feel like I have somewhat of some breaking news, some real breaking news. I actually know somebody that's very close to the source that tells me, and Pickle, you heard it here first, that this is gonna be Hecker's last year, man. That he's telling
That's
people that,
That's
and
JJ
That's JJ
Jansen. That's JJ
Jansen.
Jansen.
not
JJ
Hecker,
Jansen, bro.
Jansen, that
Oh,
this is gonna be
Jansen's
his
last year.
last,
Damn.
that he's saying, he's had fun with it. A lot of people were saying like that's why he was doing a lot of these little cart videos and things like that or whatever. But it's been whispered to some people in some circles, and I can't put this down as absolute proof right now. But don't be shocked, and you'll say Torrin said it that at the end of this year he'll announce it. He's not the type of he doesn't come across as the type of good guy to me that's gonna like announce something like that during the season and take the attention off the team. But look for this to be his last year. And I want to put him in a different light because he's been here for he's the longest tenured Panther ever, right?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's the
he
Iron
owns
Man.
Yeah.
he owns a percentage of a of some pro team. I'm not certain if it's
Okay.
I'm not sure what it is. I'm really not.
Yeah. One
Soccer,
of the things. Yeah.
or hockey or something. He owns something of it, and he's very active in that. Plus, it doesn't surprise me. I'll tell you why. He's on Mac and Bone once show on WFNZ once a week,
Well,
and
that might be it, Pickle, because one of the other thing that I'm hearing is that he's saying that another reason that he's taking off now is because he wants to tend to other things going on in his
right.
life.
He's told them for a couple shows. He said, "I might come by. I might come in there and take one of y'all's jobs." But
Yeah.
and because he's good on radio. He really is good on radio. So, and it wouldn't surprise me for him to come in to retire and just mold himself into the radio part or whatever he wants to do in the media.
Man, look, can I say one thing? There's a fucking punter that is one of the biggest names in social media right now and in football talk who makes tons of money. Who wants to tell me who that is? It's motherfucking Pat McAfee. Jensen does he does the same shit, and he's probably got some type of following. So if he went in that direction,
Flan, that's
check
kind of a reach.
check the private chat, my friend.
I
I'll
don't
just
remember
say check the
Jensen ever
private chat.
punting nothing. When did Jensen punt?
What you say?
You said Jensen is a punter?
No. I didn't say a punter. He's a long snapper.
He's not doing that. He's not
Yeah,
gonna go about
why
that.
why would you retire after that? That's why would you retire right before something like that? You come on. And if
So
anyone who says they don't
when
play
was
and look at things like, if any athlete says they don't look at all-time records and stuff, they're lying.
Yeah, I was about to say
They're
with what Pickle just put in our
Yeah.
private chat. Yeah,
Yeah.
JJ said that he'd like to play another 4 or 5 years. But besides, if he plays one more year, he'd be in the top 20 all time in games played. 2 more years gets him in the top 10.
Yeah. That's you're in a threshold of names that are
I'm telling you,
that's an all-time list. You know what I mean? All-time
like I said,
game play. That's a list.
It's what I'm hearing. And then there's a guy right underneath that says serious question. He said JJ is back next year or he's hanging it up. But like I said, it's just a source I heard from.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I'm not reporting this like it's 100% fact. I'm just saying don't be shocked if it happens.
You know what, Twan? One thing about it though, JJ may say, "I want to play for another 4 or 5 years."
Shit, let me take him down. A lot of players say that shit.
Whether the Panthers offer him a job or not
is another question.
Might be the question, because the Panthers simply could not offer him a job and find another long snapper.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Like AC previously stated a little earlier when I kind of brought up JJ Jansen, a guy like that is valuable. He is valuable because, like I said, when I've never seen JJ fuck up a snap ever. I've never seen him fuck up a snap, bro, ever. In my 15, 16 years, I remember watching him play. I don't think I can't recall, and maybe it did happen, but I can't remember it.
Well, I'm not taking anything away from Jensen, but I mean to be honest, most long snappers don't fuck up snaps. That's their only job, bro.
No, bro, I've seen it happen multiple times. I've seen it happen multiple times in very critical moments.
On different teams, I ain't seen it happen multiple times, bro.
Oh, bro, I've seen it. It'll happen. It happened this year. A long snapper messed up the game. Watch your foot, Daddy.
I seen kickers fuck up and boggle the ball.
Here. Okay, here. I hear you, but I've also seen long snappers launch it over a punter's head.
I mean, it don't happen often though. Do you know what often is?
and field goals? The same long snapper that snaps field goals?
That don't happen often, man. You can get a long
bro.
snapper, bro.
Okay. Watch, you're gonna see it happen. I guarantee you it'll happen within the last I guarantee it'll happen by the end of the year. A long snapper will mess up something.
I'm going to side with Twan on this. I know it happens. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
But as far as happening, the rules themselves, have changed it to where it doesn't happen as often because the rules now, when you line up to snap the ball, one of the key reasons was a defender would jump over the
You can't
offensive
jump over
line,
him. Yeah, you can't do none of that
or
shit.
yeah, or they would, yeah. The rules now are so strict on special teams to prevent injuries, even though they want to pay these guys too damn much anyway. But to prevent injuries, that by the time, but that a lot of those fumble snap by long snappers don't happen as often as they used to happen, especially in the last couple of years when they changed the rules. To me, that's the deal. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if JJ retires or not. It wouldn't surprise me a bit, or it wouldn't surprise me that he's just not offered a contract,
Yeah.
and they bring somebody else in, maybe a couple other people to see what they offer in long snapping, and then and right before the regular season, if they need him, they can
Yeah.
re-sign him. If not, he just basically stays a free agent till he retires. And
The motherfucker's almost 40, in case y'all don't know that.
yeah, exactly.
He's old as shit.
Y'all remember when JJ Jansen? Do y'all remember when JJ Jansen came here?
It was a long time ago. It was like 20 years
I was
ago.
gonna say he had to. I would say
Stevens,
considering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the '09 season, and if I remember this correctly, and I may not, we
I thought it was
swapped.
08.
We
Okay.
it was '09. Well, it might have been the off season of '08, but his first season here was '09. We actually swapped a 6th pick for a 7th pick, and that included JJ with the Packers. I think that's how that worked out. Something in that range.
Yep.
So that's how JJ came here.
Didn't
Well,
Matt Rule draft a long snapper too at one point?
Yes, Matt Rule.
Yeah.
Matt Rule wasted a
Yes.
pick on a long
We had
snapper.
2 long snappers.
Yeah,
on the
Tommy
roster.
Fletcher.
Yeah.
I would have choked that motherfucker
Yeah,
for doing that.
I don't. Yeah,
We're saying, bro. We had 2
Yeah,
long snappers.
I didn't really It didn't matter to me that if he wanted to bring in a long snapper, but the fact you actually draft
You
one,
draft one? Shit,
and
man.
when you draft one, you have to have if you're going to draft a long snapper, you have to have the nerve to cut the guy in front of him. And but of course, you went Matt Rule. He didn't.
The dude that he drafted, was out walking around a plane or some shit. He didn't even know he got drafted. He came back running to the phone. Oh my God, you're not gonna regret it. Gone.
Yeah, I remember that. They was on the phone telling him, "Hey, and he was like, "Well, hang on, I'm taking calls from other people too, want to sign me as a free agent." And they're like, "Whoa, we just drafted you." Oh, what a moronic decision!
He said, and then he said something about, I'll crawl to Carolina if I have to.
Yeah, he was excited.
Of course,
he was excited to come here.
drafted. I mean, talking about wasting draft picks.
See, what I'm saying, Ed, is I'd be like, don't y'all got Jansen? The fuck y'all need me for? I'm not gonna play. All right, man. The obvious, not so obvious, you know what I'm saying, God is probably gonna take off.
Yes, sir. He gone.
I hope he don't.
I hate to say this because, it's because they don't want this little motherfucker to compete. And the thing is this. I don't know. I forgot how that phrase goes when they say, what they say, like the letters is on the wall or some shit like that.
The writing's on the wall.
The writing's on the wall, whatever. Listen, he ain't even playing this year. They took him out after a bullshit ass whatever thumb injury or some shit. They're not even letting them play at the end of the season or whatever. Man, Andy Dalton's not coming.
No, reality is. To me, and listen, I'll be honest.
Bryce Sexton didn't even want to hear this year.
Yeah, it may be up to him. It may be his decision because they may have said, "Hey, Andy, we want to talk about re-signing you. That you be the backup for a couple more years." He's like, "No, I'm good. I want to have the opportunity to start somewhere." And okay, and they'd be good with that.
Yeah.
So
Andy's already recited and told people he wants to coach anyway.
Well,
He's been putting that out there big, these days, saying that he wants to coach. I think he'll be a good coach for somebody.
Hey, maybe. I think we're going to see Jack Plummer playing in a game in some time in the next 2 games. I believe that's their desire to do that. And if Bryce is entering this game with a hamstring injury, apparently, but he's practiced all week. So if the
Oh,
game is out of
hell.
hand, they could pull Bryce and put the emergency quarterback in.
What? So
But
Bryce,
I'm
what? So
saying,
Bryce Young is gonna pull a Michael Jordan flu game? Is that what you're
Pull the
saying?
hammy.
dude, I am telling you, I am just telling you what's on Panthers.com injury list. That Bryce Young has been on the injury list all week with a hamstring injury.
That seems like a setup.
Back
Like, if
fully.
you play this bad, this is why.
That's and the rest of it, and then yesterday they activated Jack Plummer off the practice squad, and I think it's Joe Person reported it could be because they didn't want no other team to sign Jack Plummer. So if I try to put 2 and 5 together to equal 4 and 3, that's what I come up with. That's exactly how that works. That's my opinion. Is the reason why they're going to do this. I believe at some point, maybe in this game, they're going to pull Bryce out of there and say, that we're afraid of his hamstring acting up. So they just put Jack Plummer in there because they know what Andy can do. And if I'm Andy Dalton, my ass wouldn't go in there anyway. Why you want me being at my age to risk risk me injury on a game don't mean bullshit to me either way because I'm out of here after this.
I ain't saving nobody. Fuck that.
Exactly. So why if Andy wanted to play for another team, he could come out in these 2 games and light that bitch up and maybe get interest from another team. If he's not interested in playing again, why would he want to play these games? Yeah, he'll be active. Okay, whoopie-doo. But with the emergency quarterback rule, once you put your emergency quarterback rule in, unless he gets hurt, you can't put nobody else in. So they pull Bryce out, say he's hurt, because they have to do that. Pull the emergency quarterback out, start him, and then if he gets hurt, then you could go back to Andy.
I'm gonna tell you what I don't want to see.
Yeah, your starting quarterback has to be hurt before you can put in the emergency quarterback. But there's no rules that says the number 2 quarterback has to be hurt.
I'm gonna tell you what I don't want to see. I'm gonna tell you guys what I don't want to see. All I'm gonna say is 2 words or 2 names. Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see Andy Dalton go somewhere and look like the second fucking coming or some shit.
I don't think
he's up there in age, bro. He's not doing it no more.
If he was as young as both of them, I would understand that argument, but he's not.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if Andy isn't coming back here, if Andy's not coming back here, right. I see him going to. If he's going to go back to anywhere, it's going to be Cincy. But even if they end up not, signing him to back him up, because they've already signed a decent backup QB, I think he goes there, signs like a 1 or 2 day contract so he can formally retire. And then I see Andy's going to become a coach somewhere in some fashion. I think Andy will become a coach.
Andy's 37 years old. By next year, he'll be 38.
Yeah. So. And he's not, and this is nothing against him, but unless you're, I guess, Tom Brady, playing well into the latter half of your 30s has not proved to be fruitful for a lot of QBs, hence looking at Rodgers right now. So, I mean, it's not to say that he couldn't do it. We've seen him do good things this year. Is it something that he could do consistently? I don't think so. And that's where I think he's going to go retire as a Bengal, if I'm honest. That's what I think he's going to do after this year.
He'll get $2.9 million off us next year anyway. even if he's not under contract, because he's got 3 voided years after. He's got his contracts. He's got 3 voided years back to back.
Yeah, they're just
Okay.
not gonna. They're just not gonna let Bryce compete, bro.
Whew.
And that's a shame. Hey,
Well,
listen,
Bro, my
And
little
they
one just
should.
threw a tantrum, fella. Y'all know how that go. Y'all know how that go. Bro, shout out to the parents. Yeah.
uh,
None,
so
we
Pickle,
ain't standing for that shit.
let's see if Pickle remembers. Pickle, what time is it, bro?
12:30.
12:31.
It's
pick
pick your
time.
poison time.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
man. That's all these pickles in here.
Oh shit.
Pick your poison. Who wins? Who loses?
It's time to make these picks, man. Let's go.
Man, my poison is some Patron. Take that.
And real quick, watch Juan's pulling them up. I'm gonna throw some things in here. Y'all, some of the games we need to look at. The Jacksonville and the Tennessee game is important to us.
That's important to us.
Draft matter.
Yeah.
Because the Cleveland game's important to us. The Vegas game, the Chicago game. We need some of these guys. Some of these guys, if they win or lose, won't matter really to us. But some of them will. If Tennessee wins and we lose, we'll have the same record, but we have a lower strength of schedule.
Yep.
We'll go up in the up, and there's a lot.
I think we'd go up to 4 or 5 at that point.
After today, we could very easily go up to 4 or 5 pick.
Yep.
And I think that's and one.
All right, man. Look, up first, the game I'm definitely going to be watching today. Yeah. Well, yeah, watching tonight. Red Swarm will be watching this game too. Got a little money on this game. I took the Commanders. He's convinced that they're going to beat them, but we'll see. So Penix on the second game coming back is going up against Jason Daniels in Washington D.C. Jaden Daniels. My bad. You're right. I hate when people get people's names wrong, so I can't believe I did that. Yeah, but obviously I got the Commanders. Edge, it's on you. Who you got?
I got the Commanders. They need this to get to take the division from Philly.
Yeah, they need it. Yeah,
I need this to win my fantasy football league and win $1,500. That's what I need it for,
bro. I need
Jaden Daniels to go for 30. Yo, I just went against someone last night who had Joe Burrow and Higgins, bro. I'm vexed right now,
bro. Bro, look, Nick, don't get me started, bro. Don't get me.
All right, who you got, Claire?
I'll say Atlanta.
You know what? I almost cussed you out, Claire. Hey, Pickle, who you got?
You know what's
Commanders? The Commanders
are going to absolutely.
I don't believe Atlanta
this
is as
is
good
such
as they
a.
think they want to be.
Oh my God!
Wait your turn, Nick. Wait your turn.
Exactly.
Wait your turn.
Man, calm your ass down, man. All right, Nick, it's on you.
I'm sick and tired of this Michael Penix stuff already. Like, it's one game. It was one game. He didn't score. He didn't throw a touchdown on a team that was tanking. On a team that was tanking. All right, the defense scored him 2 touchdowns. He's going into Washington tonight, a Sunday night game, a Washington team that is on fire right now, riding a complete high coming back against Philly. This is dangerous. I think Atlanta gets waxed tonight, bro. Washington by like 3 touchdowns, maybe. At least 2. This is a tough game for Michael Penix to go into.
Atlanta needs this game too for the division as well.
Yeah, but this is a tough game, especially with Philly now. The division opened back up, did it not for Philly or for Washington?
No.
Now with Philly. Oh, Philly clinched the division, huh?
All right, this shit going on too long, man. Bob, who you got?
Did that?
I got them. The Commanders, yo.
Commanders. Swarm gonna be somewhere nervous tonight, bro. I need my chips. All right, so look, up next, man, Detroit. Another could have been so much of a better game But it's got the makings of a really really good game, man. And this game is on Monday as well in Santa Clara. Detroit takes on the San Francisco 49ers. I got Detroit. Ed, you got
Man, give me Detroit. They're making statements tonight.
Flair.
It's on Monday. Detroit.
Not tonight. Go ahead.
Pickle.
Oh, Detroit shuts San Francisco down. San Francisco scores 0 points.
Damn. I might agree with you. I'm inclined to agree with you. Nick, Tri-State, who you got?
Detroit by a lot.
Okay. Poppy.
I'm taking the Kings of the Lions. I mean, the Detroit Lions.
You ain't give me no sound effects? No nothing? Okay.
Nah, fuck all that.
Hey, what's your Green Bay Packers sound effect?
It was gonna be a mouth sound.
Some shit. Hey, look, man. Speaking of that, man, another dope ass game on today, bro.
Oh Lord, that'll be a great game.
Is taking on Minnesota in Minnesota. Man, look, I think I want to believe at the beginning of the year I said Green Bay would win the division. And I said Chicago would come in second. I was really off with that Chicago shit. But I didn't know the Vikings would be here. And we obviously didn't know that their starting quarterback was going to go down. But Sam Darnold, bro. I used to trash this man, bro. Now you're over there looking like a fucking MVP candidate. Fuck my life, man, with the Carolina Panthers, bro.
Player of the year.
But in this contest, man, this one's hard to pick, man. I'm going to come back to this. As who you got?
I don't even know, bro. Like, they both need this. I think out of desperation, Green Bay just might sneak this one out.
Okay. Green Bay. Clay, who you got?
I don't know.
Just because he has shut me up this entire season, I'm going with the Vikings. My God. Because I used to drag Sam's name too.
Yeah. Pickle.
I'm going with the Minnesota because they're the home team.
Oh, they're playing at Minnesota? Nah,
Yeah.
but not. Yes. Hey, nope. Hey, no, give me Minnesota.
Man, whatever. Like it really matters where they play. Hey, Nick, who you got?
I'm going with the Packers.
Right. Pop, who you got?
Taking Green Bay.
All right, so my pick is in, and Panther Pickle, I need to borrow your catchphrase. Tell everybody what your catchphrase is.
Shut the hell up.
And I think that's just what Sam Darnold gonna tell me today. He gonna say you didn't believe me. I got the Vikings, man. I'm going with Sammy D, bro. This game used to be a big game back in the day, but now who gives a fuck? But the Cowboys are gonna take on Philadelphia Eagles today, man. This should be. Does anybody have the Cowboys?
No.
Actually, I do got the Cowboys.
I actually do have the Cowboys winning too because
actually, I was about to say, I think I've got the Cowboys.
Wait,
isn't playing.
Time out. I forgot who isn't playing and who is playing in this game. Fuck it, I'm still going to say Eagles.
I wouldn't give a fuck if Gandhi was playing fucking Eagles. I got the Eagles.
I'm saying Cowboys.
Nah, you can say that. As you say Cowboys, Claire said Cowboys. Nick, who you got?
I'm going with the Cowboys because Kenny Pickett's playing, and the Cowboys are trying to rain on Philly's parade.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Pop.
Well, I need AJ Brown to go off.
You said Philly?
Yeah, Philly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I need record Dabo to go off too.
This is probably the toilet bowl of today right here. Tennessee is going down to Jacksonville to take on those guys down there, man. I don't even really know anything about a lot of this. I'm going to pick Tennessee to pull it out because Jacksonville don't want to win. Edge.
Give me Jacksonville.
All right. Okay. You do know Jacksonville is tanking, right?
Give me a minute.
Oh, I know.
Well, we've all said that before, but you know, you can't ask him to tank. Jesus Christ. Tennessee.
I'm curious to see what Pickle has to say.
I'm gonna pick the home team, but I really don't care who wins.
Yeah, I don't give a shit either.
It would help the Panthers. It would help the Panthers if Tennessee wins. So, but
let's go Tennessee.
Yeah, but Tennessee's as bad as Jacksonville. Really. The only difference is Jacksonville is going to lose. Everybody's leaving in Jacksonville, so everybody's going to leave in Jacksonville, and I don't think their coaches care where they win or lose. They know they're all going to be hurt. So go ahead.
Nick Trusty.
It's that right there is the exact reason why I think Tennessee is gonna win, because they're with a first-year head coach who's trying to, build something. He's taking it like, we're trying to build something here, and it's one game at a time. Whereas, like Pickle just said in Jacksonville, everything's just falling apart. The morale's probably sucked out of that building. So I'm gonna go with the team who's trying to build something with the first-year coach, because they're gonna approach the game with more, with a little more energy.
All right, so JP, before I go to Pop, JP said he's got the Commanders playing for Jesus. Atlanta has a quarterback for the future. Michael was throwing 15 to 20 yards downfield with anticipation. I like what I saw. JP said he got San Francisco in that Frisco game. Playing for Jesus, nobody tanks Nick. Everyone is playing for the next contract. That's probably true. JP says he's got the Packers in that game. Dominoes. Players don't, though. DOM.
Some players don't. Some players do.
Green Bay over Minnesota. And JP said, I'm glad you're suffering behind my Darnold talk. He said I don't deserve him. I talk too much shit about him. Michigan said the Packers. JP says CD. Oh, man, he said I don't deserve Darnold. Pop, who you got, man?
Jacksonville.
All right. Got Jacksonville. All right, man, this really is the toilet bowl today.
But this definitely means something.
I know, but it's going to be hard to look at. I ain't looking at this damn game. I'm just going to be keeping my eye on it.
We need Vegas to win.
Yeah, so the Raiders are taking on the Saints today. And the difference about this game is they are playing in New Orleans. Their crowd tends to be real cranky and rowl, and they ain't going to just... They win meaningless games, too. But, I'm still going to go with the Raiders, man, because I don't believe in Saints quarterback. He's not looking ready yet. Who you got, Edge?
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
I know what I got the Aints.
Who you got?
Vegas. I mean, the Saints just put up a goose egg, I believe, in their last game.
Yeah, they did. Exactly.
Nah.
Yeah, that's why I said Raiders.
They're on. You know what they're doing on 3? Cancun on 3. That's what they're all thinking right now in New Orleans, bro.
Not on there.
Vegas, Antonio Pierce, I'll take it from, I guess I'll go from here. I'll just put it like this. Antonio Pierce just came out and said they're not tanking and they're playing every game out. So I'm going again with the team that's going to be better prepared and playing for something. I'm going with Vegas for sure.
So you pick it.
I'm going to go. I think the Saints like their interim head coach, and I hope he gets the job just because they're division. And I don't think he's a good head coach, but I really want him to get that job. But I do think the Raiders are going to beat them because as poor as the Raiders quarterback is, the Saints, I think, are worse. So I'm going with the Raiders just because I hate the Saints that much.
That would be lovely. We need that. We need, if the Raiders could win and Tennessee could win, we could go from 8-4 real quick.
So you got Nick, who you got?
I'm going Vegas.
All right. Pop.
Not sure if I agree with the statement. They got something to win for. No, they don't. But I'm taking the Raiders.
I guess morale. Hey, look, man.
Is anyone going Jets? No.
Is anybody going Jets?
No.
Hell no.
Yeah, so we're gonna clear that with the Buffalo.
I'm going Jets. I damn sure is. Yep,
You just
I
want to
needed
be
to
different,
win.
don't you?
I needed a win.
I need
For
Devontae
personal
Adams to
reasons.
go off my damn self, but still.
Don't be tying this shit into y'all fantasy, man. Who the fuck y'all really gonna think win?
Yeah, Josh Allen is looking at this game, looking like it. Like I need to get back in the MVP race.
Josh Allen
They're gonna try and run it up, bro. They're gonna try and put 42 points on him.
My answer is not anything to do with fantasy at all.
Oh, I know yours isn't. Listen, Indianapolis goes up to the NY to take on the horrible looking Giants, but Indianapolis isn't looking that good themselves. They said Richardson was a game time decision. I don't know if he's playing or not.
Look, that's
It won't matter. It probably won't matter. Shit, I don't know who to pick. I'm going with Indianapolis. Edge.
I'm going Indianapolis.
Claire.
AR's inactive. He's not playing.
I'll still say coach or Colts, not coach. Sorry.
Yeah, the Giants don't want to win, man. Tri-State.
Oh yeah, no, I'd definitely still go with the Colts, but you know, come on, Giants, win one. Come on, that'd be nice. Help with our drafts. That help with our draft stock too, if I'm not mistaken.
Did y'all hear what Tom Pelissero said about Antonio Pierce?
No, what did he say?
It says, despite last week's win, Antonio Pierce's head coaching position remains in serious doubts with the Raiders front office. Mike Vrabel is heavily connected with Brady.
Oh yeah,
Get the fuck
he's
out
gone.
Of here, bro.
Saints. I'm changing my pick to the Saints.
Bro.
That literally
Saints
just
at
popped
home.
up on my screen.
Saints
from Tom
at home.
Pelissero.
Really?
He's definitely about to coach his ass off. Watch.
Man,
Yeah, he will now.
I know this gonna fuck this up.
So
I know they're
his
gonna fuck this up.
mentality is
They were
listen.
gonna fuck this up.
His mentality is like, oh, y'all gonna fire me? Watch me coach the hell out these guys, and y'all still ain't gonna get a quarterback the one y'all wanted. That's what I would
Yeah,
do.
right. He's definitely trying to fuck up
I'm
their
a-
draft stock now.
Yeah, I was about to say, because imagine.
Pull a Lovey Smith.
Yeah, because if Tennessee gets any lower, they'll take, they'll take somebody. Because Brian Callahan is not sold at all on Will Levis. So
I really can't stand that you these coaches getting fired at a 1 year. You didn't let them build nothing, and you had everything that he had taken away from him. It's bullshit. I keep seeing it happening to certain individuals. I'm tired of it. So let him be great somewhere.
Go ahead, Pop. Say it, bro. Go ahead, Pop. Say
he's
it.
already said it. He
Who
just
doesn't know
said
what
it.
happens to?
You already know. If you gotta ask, hey, Steve Wilkes. That's all I gotta.
That
say.
is wild.
Well,
Stupid.
Steve Wilkes. And there only leaves one game left, man, for today, and that's the game that we play today at 1 o'clock.
I didn't get to pick my team on the last one.
Okay, here you go. Who you got?
All right.
I want the Giants to win. Unfortunately, that's probably not gonna happen. And shout out to all y'all that was hating on AR-15. At least they look like they're trying to build a winning culture. That's what that looks like to me.
Yeah, I'm
This
still
look,
hating on his
Yeah.
ass.
this looks like
He stinks.
potential.
He's trash.
He
It
stinks.
don't matter. The win column is way different than ours, so y'all can talk all the shit you want to. I would have loved them at 7-9 compared to 4-12. So
You ain't right.
sit on that and rotate.
Trying to compete for
Sit
the
on that and
division.
rotate.
Yeah, okay.
talking about
Four of
morale.
those wins came
You
against
had
the same
your
Titans and
chance,
Jaguars.
You had your
They're
chance,
playing the
Nick.
Titans and the Jaguars
I
twice
don't
a
care
year.
who
There's
they
4
playing with.
easy
I'm
ass
talking about
wins.
the win and loss column. What
Oh
part of that you
Lord.
don't understand? What part of that you don't understand? The win
And where did
loss
our
column.
wins come from, Nick?
Wow.
Yeah, so what you fighting
Anthony
for?
Richardson has games where he goes 10 for 34.
I don't care about none of that. I'm talking about the win
Nice.
and loss
Cool.
column.
Win is a win.
Right. Yeah, because he has a
Morality.
competent
I
defense.
feel good about 4 wins. Yeah, stop, Nick. Stop.
But did
Sounds stupid.
AR get all those 7 wins? Was it him? Because
So, John, he missed one. He missed like 2 games. It don't matter. It's the win and loss column.
And in one of
It's
the win,
about
I think
the
Joe
culture.
Flacco only won one of those. I don't think
Brother,
he won both.
you're failing to realize
It's
that he wasn't.
about
You're
the
failing
culture.
to realize
It's
that
about
this
I'm not trying to realize
this
anything.
injury,
You
no,
want to
and
hate
they're
on a
not
particular player,
faithful
but I'm
on him.
talking about
They're
the
not.
organization.
Yeah, and the
That's what you're
organization doesn't
missing.
have faith in him. That injury
It don't matter
is
what
just
you
trying
have
to
faith
save
in.
it.
That's not my team. What I'm saying, as
They
far
don't
as
have faith in
when I'm
him winning
talking
this
about the
game.
Carolina Panthers, when I'm talking about the Carolina Panthers, and people want to win for stupid wins for morale, compared to a team that look like their trajectory somewhere compared to us, we look stupid. We
And
look
No,
stupid.
Dave Canales is trying to set a culture, like Jonathan Gannon did last year with the
I was setting
Cardinals
the
toward the end
culture.
of the year.
So then, that's exactly. See, this is exactly what I love. When y'all talk about y'all want to win games, but then y'all also want to talk about culture.
yeah, that don't add
What do you
up.
mean? What do you mean? Winning?
You win at the beginning and at the end, brother. That's when you start your winning culture at the beginning. Not at the end when you're sitting on the
It's your
bench.
first
Hallelujah,
season,
back to Honolulu.
anyways. It's your
What?
first season. It's his
give
first season as a coach, anyways. Taking a depleted
I'm
team.
not talking
No
about
one
the
expected the
coaches.
Panthers to.
I'm
I'm
not
talking about
the coach.
culture. I'm talking about setting a culture as a first-year coach. That's what
You
you're trying to
set
do
your
as a
culture at the
team.
beginning of. Listen, your team, your players should believe in the culture at the beginning of the season and learn how to win at the beginning, not at the end.
Culture's not
setting
set right away, bro. Culture's not. It takes a whole year to set a culture
What you
sometimes.
mean? Did we not see the Texans do it? They did
I
it
was
2,000 years.
Steve Wilkes did it. Steve Wilkes did it in 3 games.
Thank you.
Yeah, and just like quarterbacks,
I'm not
sometimes
about to
things
argue,
get.
bro.
Sometimes things get. If Steve Wilkes,
That was my opinion on the Indianapolis Colts. If you got a problem with the Indianapolis Colts win column, you take it up with them.
In about 5 minutes now,
Titans and Jags.
the Carolina Panthers are going to be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh boy.
They played us a lot. I heard a lot of people on Twitter, and they try to come for me, because I said, what's Bryce going to do in this game without running back weapons and things like that? And they said,
But it's fucking true.
they told us what Bryce did when we played him the first time. But I said Bryce is not playing with those guys this time. And I'm like, look, the situation is different now for them. We can't go nowhere. We can try and play spoiler, but Tampa Bay is going to be playing from home now. And without J.C. Horn out there, it's going to be motherfucking Steve Wilkes.
Mike Evans about to go crazy work, Mike Evans.
I was gonna say, y'all remember those 3 touchdowns he got last year?
Yeah.
Just be prepared for it.
So I'm gonna say, let me get the player of the game, who you guys are thinking is going to win, and the score. I don't do scores, so definitely Tampa Bay is going to win today. I still want to see improvement from this team. I would like to see Canales put as many guys in as he can that don't get a lot of burn. We ain't winning this game, man. It ain't even about Bryce in this game because he's going to be what he is. And player of the game, probably going to be Mike Evans. Wouldn't put it past that. Edge, who you got?
Tampa Bay. 34-17. Mike Evans cracks 1,000.
There we got.
Are we doing scores? Because dear God, are we doing
I don't
scores?
yeah, but I just don't do it myself.
Tampa Bay is going to win. Jesus Christ. I could see this being easily 34-14, something like that.
Who will
And
score 14 points?
good question. Player of the game, not gonna pick Mike Evans, because I saw what Bucky Irving did to us last time, so I'm gonna go Bucky Irving.
Damn.
I watched it in person. It was very, yeah.
It was bad.
You'd have
Nick
thought our
Tri-State.
defense was standing still, just letting him run all over the place.
They were. Tri-State.
Tampa, a lot to little. Because
Yeah, that's
Baker's about to go dummy on us. They might get 500 yards of offense on us.
I should have just said a lot
Low-key.
to a little. That was a good.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
I'll go 31-14. I say, we get a garbage time second touchdown toward the end of the game. And I think our MVP, the only bright spot will be Coker. I think Jalen Coker has a couple, he's due. He should have scored that touchdown last week, so I think he's out to get something this week.
okay. Pop.
Tampa, MVP Baker, score 0 to Don Blanco. Yep.
Damn,
God
0?
almighty.
Damn, not even getting any points is crazy.
Oh, we did it last year around this time.
Probably.
2 times in a row last year.
Probably. Let me get your last words, man, and let everybody know where they can find you, bro.
Check it. Yeah, you can find me on the Black Cat Panther podcast.
All right. And Nick. All right, Edge.
Yo, keep it nice, short, and sweet. Hey, checking your friends, checking your loved one, checking your family members, man. Hey, you can find me right here on 74 Charlotte Bound Show on the Word Edgewise show coming this week. I repeat again, show coming this week. Come in, come forward. And yeah, it's gonna be a nice one. See y'all next week. See y'all this week.
Absolutely. Claire.
Okay, this game's gonna. I mean, if you're gonna watch the game, cool. I don't think you're gonna see a whole hell of a lot going on. Shout out to everybody who joined us today. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm working on bringing a show together that talks about the psychology of confidence when it comes to players in sports and what goes behind it.
Damn, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, there's a sports medicine who's also a psychiatrist who has traveled with multiple professional teams that has done a book and an article on it. It was a fantastic read for me, so I'm going to bring that to light to you because it's something we do not talk about enough. So outside of that, y'all, I can't even say keep pounding anymore. I would love to, but just keep on, just keep praying, keep whatever you got to do to get some sleep at night. Being a fan of this team,
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you got to do, man. Keep praying, keep struggling, keep being mad, keep whatever you got to do. I don't know anymore.
This is the 704 Charlotte Bell Show. See you guys tomorrow night, man.